Greetings all and welcome. I am coming at you from the Astro Van today. I have made some progress on the setup in here. I did get the roof vent installed. That was the major modification that I needed to do. Did a lot of cleaning, pulled up the rubber mat that was in here and scrubbed the floor real good and the walls. So I was able to lay down some carpet. I'll show you what I put down beneath the carpet for kind of cushion and insulation, and got the cot set up. I brought the mattress from the box van in here, and of course my blanket that you all are familiar with. I was able to get the mountain bike in here as well. So yeah, I'll show you what I've got. I've only got a few more things to piece together in here. Lighting, I'm looking at some lights at Home Depot, some little magnetic stick-on lights that are battery powered. And I'll show you how I have the fan wired up. I was able to do that without hardwiring it to anything related to the van's battery. So that was kind of unique. So I'll show you my old Dometic fridge. Some of you may remember from my first van. I've had it stored here at my parents' place. And yeah, I've been testing out the little wave heater the last couple nights in here, and so far so good. So let's take a look at what I got. Okay, we'll start with an overall view here. Try to get back at wide angle and give you a glimpse of everything there at once. And then we'll move in here. So I am using this Coleman Ridgeline 3 cot for a bed. Picked that up at Walmart, and it comes normally with this little thin pad here. But this is actually the exact same size as the bed that I built in the box van. So I was able to just move over my mattress without having to trim it or anything. And this is actually way more comfortable than my setup in the box van. Mainly because this cot is like canvas but has these springs on the frame, so that it has give to it. And in the box van I had this mattress just on wood, so this is actually way more comfortable. I slept so good last night on that. Okay, and then underneath the bed, this big black bag there, that is a inflatable stand-up paddleboard. My late friend Arlen gave me that before he passed away, so I'm very grateful to have that and look forward to getting some use out of it. So that is actually a backpack, that bag, and everything you need for the stand-up paddleboard is in there. The pump, the paddleboard itself, the paddles, PFD in there, all the accessories to get it up and running. And it's, again, a backpack, so you can put that on your back and walk down to the water's edge and get it set up. So super grateful to have that and get that out on the road. Hope to get a lot of use out of it. And then over on this side of the bed I have these two storage totes. One of them is all clothes, the other one is mostly camping gear, my fold-up charcoal grill, pots and pans for cooking, a couple small propane bottles, camp stove, and all that is all in there. And this here is my little propane Wave 3 heater that I showed in my last video. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this blanket down here and we'll continue on. Okay, so for bedding to keep warm at night, I am bringing my down sleeping bag. This is rated for comfort down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Keeps me plenty of warm in all conditions. I've used that snow camping and been toasty. And then of course my couple pillows and a sheet to lay down before I lay down for bed. And then we'll move to the back here. First thing you may notice is the mountain bike, of course, strapped up there. I had to take off the front wheel, but it does fit up against the back, and it doesn't want to bump up against the windows there, which is good. And you can see I'm using this closed cell foam. That is a closed cell foam sleeping pad that is normally used to sleep on, and I cut it up to use as my window covering, so it's insulated as well as gives me some privacy. This is just kind of temporary. I'm playing around. I hung a bungee here for a paper towel holder. And then yeah, moving on down, I do have my guitar along the back there, propane bottle for the heater, and then I have my little Dometic fridge. This has been in storage for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and hop in so we get a little bit different angle. All right, so here we are looking at the side area next to the side sliding door on this side of the van. Got a lot packed in this little area here. This thing here, the tan thing, that is a clam pop-up tent. I showed that at my camp host job last summer in Colorado. I'm going to be bringing that along. I think it's going to come in very handy as some extra space outside of the van when I'm at camp. Can cook in it, can spend time out there if it's raining or buggy or whatever. It's just a nice extra space to have. This is the fridge that I'm going to be using. This is a small, older Dometic fridge. I used this type of fridge in my first van setup, and it worked really well. It's just a fridge or a freezer. It's not dual zone or anything. It's kind of an older model. Actually, this is not the exact one that I was using in my previous vans. That one stopped working, and I sold it to somebody, and he was able to repair it. I acquired this through my buddy Dwayne. He wanted to switch fridges, and I ended up acquiring this one. So it's been in storage for a couple years, but I tested it. It is still running. I need to wire up a plug adapter on it because I had cut the plug off to hardwire it to the setup I had in the other van. Not going to have any battery bank or any elaborate solar panel setup. It's just going to be this fridge and this BlueEddy power station, and I have another smaller power station that I'm going to be using as well. So between those two power stations, I should have enough power to run the fridge, run my roof vent fan, and power all my electronics and laptop to produce videos and all that. So yeah, what else can I tell you? Let me show you how I have the roof vent set up. I have the roof vent up here. I ran the wire over here, and I'm doing something different because I don't have a battery bank and I don't want to wire it to the van's starting battery. I was able to adapt a plug to where I can just plug it into my small power station and just run it whenever I need it. So let me show you that. Okay, so what I did on this roof vent, it comes with the factory leads that come out of the fan, and then I adapted a little Anderson plug so I can disconnect this if I need to. And at the end of this Anderson plug, I've got this wire lead running down here. Probably going to secure that better. And then at the end of the lead, it just has a little barrel jack adapter. That's a 5.5 millimeter outside diameter, 2.5 millimeter inside diameter, which happens to be what this little BlueEddy power station has for 12 volt outputs. I'll show you that there. It does have the standard cigarette lighter adapter, but I don't care for that type of connection. So this power station also has these little barrel plug DC 10 amp outputs, which is really cool because I prefer those type of connections. So I'm able to just plug this in here whenever I want to use the roof vent. And this power station, when fully charged, will run this fan nonstop for days at a time. So let's just kick it on here. Okay, so now that it's plugged in and powered on, my roof vent has power. This roof vent has a remote on it, so I'll just click it on. Automatically opens up and turns on, which is really cool. And that's just running right off of this power bank here. So it's on one of the lower settings. It's only pulling 5 watts. It says at 45%, it'll run that for about 14 hours. So when fully charged, at least 24 or 30 hours. I never leave it on all that time at once. It's just, you know, while I'm in the van needing it. So I do have fold-up solar panels that I'll be able to charge these with, and I'll be able to charge them as I'm driving as well. So that's my plan for power. And then the fridge will be plugged into the bigger one with the cigarette lighter adapter. And that'll be primarily, the bigger one will be primarily for my fridge as well as my electronics. And this is going to be primarily just for running the fan. So we'll give you a look at the roof vent there. That's in its fully open position. The way this roof vent works is you can actually keep it all the way up and running even when it's raining. The vents are on the underside there, so super handy. Be able to have ventilation even in the rain. So as you can see, I laid down some carpet here, and underneath the carpet I laid down these foam sleeping pads, closed cell foam for insulation and cushion. The carpet doesn't come all the way out here, so you can see that hanging out, and I'm totally fine with that. So yeah, I think that was a really good cost-effective solution to not having to, you know, fully insulate the floor and lay down plywood or anything. Just, again, keeping it simple and light. So looking at the front bulkhead section here, I do have the 5-gallon jug that I have the pump dispenser on top. That works really well. I've been using that setup for, geez, 10 years now. And I've got some magnetic hooks up on this because this is steel. It's great for using magnets. So I've got these 25-pound or so strength magnets with hooks on them. I can hang my backpack and coats and hats. And I'm probably going to get some more magnetic stuff to utilize this side of the wall there, some little magnetic tray holders and stuff like that, just to fully utilize that space. And then I'm probably going to come up with some coverings for this, maybe use some more of this closed cell foam with magnets, and just cover up this so I have privacy, and it'll be insulation as well. And that is pretty much it. I've got my same little trash can I've been using I brought. Again, the wave heater is there, and just keeping it simple. I do need to add a few more things, just a little knickknacks here and there. I've got to go through the box van and make sure I'm not leaving any important things behind. But the great thing about this Astro van is up front, there's actually quite a bit of storage underneath and behind these seats. So I'll show you some of that. So we're coming in the passenger side here of the van. And again, in these Astro vans, at least the cargo model, mine has this nice rubber mat on the flooring, no carpet, which I really like. And underneath both seats, there is storage space. On my box van, underneath the driver's seat, there's actually the fuse block, some of the computer system under there, so you can't store anything. So super grateful to have that space there. Do have a couple things just sitting in here that will find a home. I'm just, again, still piecing things together. But behind the driver's seat, I was able to fit my pop-up shower tent and my air compressor, so I have air for the tires if I need it. Have that little toolbox there. I don't know if that's going to stay there, but it's there for now. And then in the passenger side, I'm able to fit my shower spray bottle there. And then I like to bring my own jack. This is a full-size floor jack. The little factory jacks that come with these vans, they're just no good, especially if you're on a dirt road. So I always bring my full-size floor jack. You can see that's under there. That's just an aluminum Harbor Freight, so a little bit lighter than the steel ones. And we'll go in the other side and show you what I got behind the passenger seat. So this is underneath the driver's seat here. I have a heavy duty extension cord, roll a paracord, and that's a foot pump for my bicycle tires. And looking over behind the passenger side here, I was actually able to fit my fold-up solar panels. That's a 200-watt fold-up solar panel, camp table, little footstool, and underneath there I have my two camp chairs. I've got a real small compact backpacking one and then a bigger size Helinox for camp. And that is it. I'm going to try to keep it really simple. Okay, so that's our quick look at the setup here so far. I will be adding a couple more things. I'm going to be hitting some thrift stores here in the next few days. I'm searching for a little table I'd like to put over the power station so I have a cooktop. And what else am I thinking? Oh, maybe some sort of hanging organizer or something that I can put on one of the walls just for, you know, little knick-knack stuff that I need access to. I'm also thinking maybe moving the backpack and coat over to this side here and have like a fold down table coming off of the swing out door. That way I'd have a little table service right next to the door there. So anyway, next video I should have some more progress. I am really getting itchy feet. I am going to be ready to roll here very soon, hopefully in the next week and a half, not more than 2 weeks. At this point, I'm pretty much just waiting for my tags and registration to come in the mail, and I'm going to be ready to roll. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I just wanted to give you all a quick glimpse of what I have going on here so far. One thing I thought of is didn't mention, as far as this blue foam pad goes, I'm going to continue this theme on the roof. I shouldn't even have to glue it or anything. If I cut it just right, it'll fit in these channels here, and that way I'll have a little bit of insulation. And I think the blue color, when I'm laying in bed, it'll kind of be like I'm looking up at the sky. So anyway, that's my idea. Appreciate y'all checking in, and we'll see you very shortly in the next one. I should have a little bit more progress here and talking about where I'm going to roll from here. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon. Peace.